Welcome back to the channel. Brief hiatus because the snow came back, unfortunately. You know, Michigan weather is quite bipolar. Back out here on a nice, chilly 35-degree day. It's beautiful weather though, nice and sunny. So today on the channel we're going to be testing out chokes and two different shotguns. So for the baseline we got the Stoeger M3000. It takes your regular chokes. So it will be a good baseline comparison to what I have in my KSG12. So that gun normally does not come with a brake that you can put chokes on, but I bought an aftermarket one from HiTech Customs. So we're going to compare these two, see how they perform with target loads today from Ferrucci. It's a number 8 shot. So let's get to it. I'm going to show you the guns here. As I said, we're going to be testing out some different chokes today on two different shotguns. So we got the Kel-Tec KSG12, it's my nice one, topped with EOTech. And then we got my Stoeger M3000 12 gauge. That's going to be like the baseline gun with the chokes in it. And then, so the Kel-Tec normally does not take chokes, but I got this nice aftermarket Defender Brake from HiTech Customs. They're a very nice company. I really like their product. It greatly reduced the recoil on the KSG. So we're going to try out the chokes that came with that today, which are about the same that will be in my shotgun, the Stoeger. So we're going to try it out with target loads today. It's 8 shot, 2 3/4 inch Ferrucci shooting target loads. So we're going to try that out today and see how the different chokes perform in the different guns. Let's get to it. Up first, we got the Stoeger M3000 with no choke in it to start as a baseline. So let's get to shooting. We were about 10 yards back. As you can see, it was covered quite of the target with no choke. It's mostly masked around the black section, which is quite a wide swath of coverage. Okay, that was obviously with no choke, so let's do the KSG12 with no choke as well as a baseline. Alright, we got the KSG12. Let's shoot it with no choke to see the comparison between the two as baseline. Let's go check it out. Alright, we shot the KSG12, and it definitely appears that the pattern is quite tighter than the Stoeger M3000. As you can see, we have a lot more density in the black section of the target. That is a very interesting thing, but not surprising considering that the KSG12 has a brake on it now, so it kind of condenses that shot coming out, because you get about maybe ½ inch more of a straight section in the barrel. So let's try with the first choke we have and see with the comparison. Up first for the chokes, we got our typical turkey chokes. They're both 0.675 in that measurement, and we're going to put them in the gun and see how they compare against each other. Alright, up next for the turkey chokes, we got our baseline gun, the Stoeger, with its typical 6.75 turkey choke. Let's shoot it out and see what happens. Check it out. All right, wow, check out that tight pattern with the turkey choke. That is quite tight of a pattern. Quite impressive. Let's see how the Kel-Tec KSG12 choke can do. Up next, we got the Kel-Tec with the turkey choke in it. As you can see, it is nice in there. It sits in flush. Let's see how it shoots. Alright, Kel-Tec turkey choke. I hit about the same spot, but as you can see, there's a few more dots spread around the outside of the target. Obviously, it's got a wider spread than the turkey choke in the Stoeger. Not surprising. thing because that barrel on the Caltech is so short compared to the Stoegers. That is a 26-inch barrel on the Stoeger, which is quite long, and obviously what you need to get pinpoint accuracy in turkey hunting. The next choke is an improved cylinder choke. That is a reading size of .715. Got one put in both guns, so we're going to see how it performs compared to the previous ones. I'm going to shoot on a different side of the target to see the comparison between that and the turkey choke. Let's get to shooting. See how that did. That was a Stoeger with the improved choke, and as you can see, it has a quite a bit bigger spread than the turkey. Here's the turkey. That was both Caltech and the Stoeger, and then this is the Stoeger's improved cylinder. So as you can see, that spread is a little bit wider there. All right, let's shoot the KSG with the improved cylinder. I'm going to try to go on the spot over to the right of the previous. I murdered my target. As you might have saw, I kind of shot the wood. But yeah, you can see that spread on that is quite wider than the Stoeger's. Obviously it ate that wood up pretty good, but obviously a little bit wider spread. But still, it gets it more than what the no choke did, obviously. So let's get to the modified choke, I believe. All right, up next we got the modified choke. First out of the Stoeger, let's see how it does. All right, let's go check that out. As you can see, it's got a tighter pattern than the improved choke. Let's do the KSG 12's modified choke and see how it handles. We're going to put it over here. Let's see how it goes. All right, let's shoot the KSG 12 with the modified choke. Let's see how we do in that pattern. Interesting. All right, the first spread pattern on the KSG was a little strange, so I decided to take another shot. And as you can see over here, got a better result than the first one. I must have missed a little bit off to the right on the first shot. The spread is quite wider than the one with the Stoeger. So interesting results today. Let's go take a look at all of them. As you can see, we got some interesting results today. Let's take a close look at them. So this is the no choke target. As you can see, this mostly center part was the Stoeger with no choke. Obviously a little tighter performance than this wider span, mostly on this side over here, was from the KSG 12. Shorter barrel, more spread, obviously. So let's take a look at our turkey. With both turkeys, we had some really tight patterning. As near as I could tell from the footage and how I saw it out in the shooting, it looked like both of them went mostly the same spot. Not surprising, I have my optics set up roughly the same. So yeah, majority of the turkey is in the same spot. Now for the improved chokes, this was the Stoeger. Really nice tight pattern, a little bit of a spread though, obviously. And over here was the KSG 12 improved choke. I missed a little bit, so we don't get to see the full breadth of the spread, but as you can see, it's a little bit wider than obviously the Stoeger spread. Now for the modified choke, at first I did not know what happened with the KSG 12 shot. I must have missed far right. So this was the second shot. A little bit of a smaller, wider spread than the Stoeger. This was the Stoeger, the modified choke. Pretty tight pattern mostly, while the KSG 12 was pretty spread out. Obviously, overall, very interesting results today. It was a great test, and it was nice to get out shooting again. Check in next time for some more videos brought to you by myself.